Hi, my name is Harley Wells, and I'm doing a presentation on why vaccines should be mandatory. Now, to begin, I first want to start talking about the science behind vaccines. So, what is a vaccine and how does it work? Vaccines can come in many different shapes and sizes. There are multiple different types of vaccines: live, killed or inactivated, toxoid, and subunit vaccines are just weak forms of a disease. These help the immune system create a strong and long-lasting immune response. Now, with inactivated vaccines or killed vaccines are used to kill a version of that specific virus or disease. These are less effective, so are needed more often. Subunit vaccines use a part of the disease. These vaccines provide a very strong immune response, and they are the least problematic. And there's a toxoid vaccine that uses a toxin that targets a specific part of the disease instead of the whole disease. So why should we put our faith and our safety behind these vaccines? And that brings us to the mild trade-offs to a very good thing. Now, these symptoms can range from fever, rash, redness, anaphylaxis, and swelling. Now, the obvious scary one is anaphylaxis, which is a severe allergic reaction to said vaccine. Now, these reactions are very, very rare, and doctors make sure before a person takes a vaccine that they are able to take it safely. Now, with these mild symptoms, there is always a chance they are not. Now, if we compare the good to the bad of vaccines, the good outweighs the bad. With viruses, the side effects from the virus are amplified by 100. They can cause very severe pain, to dizziness, to drowsiness, to really extreme fevers, and in some people's cases, even death. And with vaccines, these effects are sometimes not even present. Their side effects are extremely mild most of the time, with the exception of very few cases. On the other hand, vaccines save thousands and thousands of lives every year. For example, TB around the world is a very, very scary virus. Last year, it caused 1.4 million deaths around the world. But in the US, where the vaccine is readily available, it only caused 514 of those deaths. So that I'd say that vaccines are pretty important. But why enforce these vaccines? I believe that vaccines should be a basic human right. I believe that vaccines should not cost money, and certain vaccines should be mandatory for certain harmful viruses: chickenpox, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, the flu, MMR, polio, and TB. I believe that these are very necessary to keep people safe and the ones around us. So where can people access these vaccines? There are many different ways to get vaccines. Vaccines are very accessible nowadays. You can get them through your doctor, a pharmacy, through your federally funded healthcare centers. They provide a variety of healthcare services, and that includes vaccinations. And if you are having trouble finding where to get vaccinated, state and local health departments are a great resource for finding out where to get vaccinated. And to wrap up my presentation, I would like to say that vaccines are very important for the survival of humans. They have helped us progress through many, many deadly viruses and diseases. And that is why I believe that vaccines should be mandatory.
Safe.